when you busting your behind every day on the grind, trying to get to be the best version of yourself, you're often alone. Nobody's really around. Nobody's checking for you. There's no women. There's no money. There's nothing. It's just you and your dreams, right? And when you finally reach your dreams, right, and you're becoming the best version of yourself, you know what you get? You get a lot of haters. You get people that wasn't around from the beginning. They didn't help you do anything, but everybody always got something to say. Everybody want to be a part of what you went through, but they didn't help you, right? That's just the way it go. But especially in our community, you have a bunch of haters. Now, Kai Cenat, he was at the BET Awards not too long ago, and he ran into Wale, and they had an exchange, and it was kind of awkward. Where I don't know if Kai Cenat, being young, if he knows who Wale is, but it was to the point where Wale came back to confront him about it. But let's check it out.
How you doing? My boy? My boy?
What's up, Kai?
What up, Rusky? You good? What you playing on your Nintendo Switch?
Smash.
Smash Bros? I'll beat you.
Come on, yeah, that's
Alright, gang. Chad, does anybody have the Nintendo Switch? You're not even a Nintendo Switch type of. Nah, me neither. I ain't gonna lie. But I heard it was like crazy though. I heard it was crazy, bro. Wale. Oh my God, that was somebody crazy. Hey, the whole chat knows him.
Wale.
Wale? What he do?
Rap.
Oh, word.
Lotus flower bomb is on something.
Oh. Wale. I smell good. Wait, so what?
Now, to me, this stuff is goofy because a lot of people saying that, you know, Kai Cenat was hating on Wale. But to me, if you really analyze this, Kai Cenat didn't know who he was. He's walking to his car. He sees a guy come out and greets him. He turns around and greets him. He didn't try to upstage him or ignore him or have a security cover him. He turned around and gave the guy that. He got in the car and was like, "Who was that?" And when he looked online, everybody was saying that's Wale. He was like, "Oh, that's somebody major." Well, who is he? Right? So now Wale embarrassed, right? Because Kai Cenat didn't recognize who he was, and he's getting, I guess, clowned by people on social media. He feel the need now to have to go back to Kai. I think that was a sucker move, though. To go back to Kai now and say, "Yo, you got me looking bad online, man. We gonna talk later." Check it out.
That's making me look crazy right now. I'm just letting you know.
What?
That's making me look crazy. The exchange that we had in the hallway. It's
Oh,
like,
my bad, bro.
they're running with it, but we'll talk later.
Ah, man. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You came in here all blue.
Now, to me, this is pure sucker, you know what. Now, you know, when I'm not online, I do stagehand work. You know, up in Jersey, down here in Philly. We do all the concerts. We put together the stages. We build up the stages before the artists perform. Then we break everything down once the shows is over, right? So I got a chance. I met everybody from the Jonas Brothers to Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Wale. When we do the Roots picnic, I met them all. Lil Wayne. To me, this is weird. This is creepy. Because he's worrying about what the people say online to the point he felt like Kai was trying to play him, right? So now he calls up to Joe Buttons and he said he don't know if he want to, you know, basically get at him online and do all this kind of stuff. Like, these digital babies are weirdos. I didn't see nothing where Kai did anything wrong. If the man don't know who you are, he don't know who you are. I just felt like he trying to clout chase now off of Kai. So he called up the Joe Buttons podcast and it went like this.
I'm not even going to go into like the details of the conversation, but when that first exchange happened with him and Kai, he hit me up.
Really?
Like, yo, I want to react. And I'm like, yo, dog, there's nothing to react
Damn,
about.
Freeze. How did he, I mean, without
There's
still
nothing to
freeze,
react
niggas
about.
always hit a freeze. Without getting into freeze, without getting into the details, did he feel like he was disrespected?
Nigga, fuck
Yeah.
you, nigga.
He's a sensei.
Yeah, he felt like that. And I was like, yo, dog, it wasn't that. Like, they are disconnected. That's all.
He felt like
that's good comment.
Did he feel like Kai knew who he was and was trying to play him, or did he feel like he should have known who he was?
Either way,
he was trying to play him.
Okay.
Either way, he looked at it as a slight.
Yes. And again, you can't, the way somebody.
But it's a different kind of slight if it's like, you should know who I am, which is more ego than I think you know who I am and you're trying to play me. That's almost like a paranoia. The reason I'm asking is because there are some artists, I'm not saying necessarily Wale because I don't know him, but there's some artists who, if their whole brand is the mainstream with me, the industry fuck with me, then you look at every interaction, every moment through that lens, so that everything that happens you take as an offense, whether it is or it isn't. That's why I'm trying to understand sort of what his mindset is.
Kai didn't know who Killer Mike was when Killer Mike won the award. Like, true. Kai is not gonna know
everyone.
Yeah,
the
good rappers.
Yeah,
right. Well, that's not true because A Boogie's a good rapper, but you know what I'm saying.
He doesn't claim to be a hip hop like expert.
A Boogie got a younger demo than the both of them.
Yeah, yeah,
that's it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's really it.
Now, Kai Cenat, he would later respond to Wale, right? And he, you know, he was saying that I know your songs, I just didn't know, I couldn't put the face to it. I didn't know what you looked like. I didn't know who you was, but I knew the songs. Right? But this is the thing, right? Me being an OG, I just think that we're in a real clout chasing hater generation. I love all the young guys doing their thing, using the technology to make their money to get rich. Man, one of my favorite YouTubers is I Show Speed. I love Speed. Speed is young, traveling the world, been to all these different countries, using the technology that they got for the day to live his best life, take care of his family. Kai Cenat is a lot of young black content creators making a lot of money. I'm not gonna be one of them old curmudgeons, one of them old, hating on the youngins. Let the youngins do their thing, man, to whatever to the generation that they living in. So now Kai, he responds on his channel by saying this.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, to Wale, I hope he didn't take my interaction personal. You feel me? Like, bro, I hope he didn't take my interaction personal. How can you blame me from just being who I am? You feel me? Like, I'm young. I'm young. Let me go see. I know this song. But when did this shit come out? (2011) I was 9 years old. 2011?
So now, this thing gets real crazy and goofy, right? So he apologizes, but he goes back and he checks Wale's last hit song. And it's like in 2011. He like, dude, I was 9. I was 9 years old during that time, right? So, no, he's not going to know who you are. But to me, he was clout chasing. He was like, he's a has-been. He hasn't had no hits, right? And he's saying, well, this is the hot guy. Maybe if I create something with him, I can create a buzz off myself. That's what that was. That's what that was, because it didn't look like any interaction he had with the youngin was disrespectful, right? Dude, like 23 years old, man. They living in their time. Everything is sped up and real fast with them, right? So they in and out, the younger generation. It's the technology. So my whole thing is I watch a lot of the young people and I learn. But Deion Cole, he was on Drink Champs, and he talked about his interactions with Kai Cenat, and he went, and again, another old guy, right, making us OGs look bad. He went on and he said this.
Network hired this really big, I don't want to say names, hired this really big streamer, right? The biggest streamer out there, right?
Oh, shit.
So they hired this person to come to the award shows and do backscene shit.
Yes, I saw it.
And this motherfucker was like, yo, like, people was like, he was going up to people like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Wale.
Like,
He didn't know who the hell Wale
I don't know
is.
who that is. And his excuse was, don't blame me because I'm young.
Right.
And that was so disrespectful to me because
Wale took it personally. You seen that?
I met him.
Wale wanted the African dance.
Look, I was backstage and I met I met dude one time backstage, and he walked backstage and I was like, hey, what's up, man? He was like this. And he walked off, and he was with I like that dude, the blonde hair, the Drewski. He was with Drewski. Yeah, and Drewski looked at me and was like this. What's up, OG? How you doing, man? I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I love everything you do. Then he went to him and was like, man, you know OG, he funny as hell, And he was like this. And just walked off and shit. And I was like this. That's cool. Yeah. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I'm good with that. If you don't know who I am, it's all good, right? But when you go on the record and say, when they trying to go this baby face, and this is this person and that
you talking about
person.
the red carpet with Babyface?
And you like, but they asked him, and he was like this. I don't know these people. I'm young. Don't blame me because I'm young. That was terrible to do, and to hire him to be your representation at an award show that you got icons and you got younger people. I think it's like disrespectful. And that's, I'm not trying to beef and shit. I'm just going, if you're going to be in that position, do your research about when you see icons and give them love when you see them, period. That's all I'm saying.
Now, let me say this. My issues with Kai that I had, over some time ago was when he said that FBAs had no culture. He was regurgitating the stuff that a lot of people from the Caribbean and Africa say. He was saying some things, but I know he interacts with a lot of FBA young brothers, and he got a whole team of young guys, and a lot of them are FBA that he helped put on to make money, right? So I chalk that up to the young generation. I forget he young. You know what I'm saying? I'm an OG, man. Like that little stuff don't hurt me. Y'all running around as older guys mad at the youngins because they don't know who you are. Man, listen. A lot of the youngins today don't know a lot of the history. They don't know a lot of stuff. But I don't blame that on them. That's our fault, right? We didn't do a good enough job in teaching the young people. I'm online every day teaching history. And when I'm talking to these youngins, they don't know a lot of stuff. They don't know a lot. So Wale was cloud chasing, Deion Cole, what you was just saying, you ain't have to say that. I mean, you hating on the youngins, man. One thing I don't do, I don't hate on the youngins, man. I let them forge and create their own path going forward for the day. Right? Because I got an 18-year-old son. I get it. You got to let them do them. Right? You got to let them do them. You got to let them create the reality of going forward into the future for themselves. We had our time. We had our time. Like, so I just thought that was in poor taste to go on to the Drink Champs and just try to mention that and all that kind of stuff as if he has to know who you are. No, they don't. No, they don't. Long as they respectful to you, long as the youngest is respectful, I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing what I got to do to live my life. So I just, for me, he's the biggest streaming. And when these people running into him, they're interacting, he's streaming too. So he's constantly moving. They're in the young people, they're in their phones, they're in their thing, they're interacting with the crowd. They walking around with 20 and 30,000 people watching them at the same time. We didn't come up with that kind of stuff. We didn't have access to that kind of people like that. So I think a lot of it is jealousy too. A lot of times these older people my age see these young people and see the money that they're making and the way they're able to move and shake with the technology. Some of that stuff is jealousy to me, man. It's jealousy. Listen, young people, they're going to do what they do in the way that they do it, man. As long as you respect me, as long as it's their respect, that's fine. But you not acknowledging me, I don't feel disrespected. You might not know who I am. Might not know who I am. But I just, for me, my opinion on it is I think they hate. I think they hating because he got something going on. Before he was Kai Cenat and blew up, wasn't none of them around. He made himself who he is based off the work he put in. So like I said, my issue with him was when he was saying that we ain't had no culture. He was, saying certain things. But I watch his channel, so I also know he got a lot of young FBA brothers with him on his team that he helped make money. So he actually is adding into and putting brothers on. So I can give him some grace. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.